little prophetic story, the puppy. It had just finished raining in the yard. The sky was washed bright blue, and the leaves and grass were fresh and green. The little dog sprang out of his tiny wooden house, sneezed and happily rolled twice in the yard, barking loudly. Then he suddenly stopped and murmured, "Oh no, I forgot, the mistress is going to scold me." The kitten, who was basking on the windowsill, lifted her head and said, "Don't be afraid. She won't really scold you. She's very nice." The little dog pouted. "No, she will scold me as soon as I bark." The kitten laughed. "But I like it when you call me." "That's good," the kitten said. "At night, if the big wolf comes, I won't be afraid because you'll be there." The little dog felt warm inside when he heard that and immediately began hopping and leaping around the yard, barking non-stop. Sure enough, the door opened and the mistress angrily shouted, "It's so noisy. If you keep barking, I'll spank you." The little dog stuck out his tongue and said cleverly, "See? I told you she'd scold me." The kitten, envious, said, "I wish he'd scold me too. Don't keep clinging to me and kissing me. So annoying." The little dog shook his head, thinking the kitten was strange. Then the kitten suggested, "Let's go play by the gate." The little dog said, "The gate is boring. Let's go to the riverside. It's so much more fun there." The kitten felt a bit scared. "What if we meet a big wolf? What will we do?" The kitten asked. The little dog wagged his tail. "I'll bite him until he bleeds," he said. The kitten rolled her eyes. "You're so small, you couldn't possibly beat a wolf." The little dog thought for a moment and said, "Then I'll pretend to have a gun and spray it to scare it away." The kitten asked, "Where would you get a gun?" The little dog grinned foolishly. "I'll just pretend I have one." The kitten hesitated for a long time, but finally agreed. "Okay, but what if it rains? What about the woods? Light rain won't even reach through. But what if it pours?" The little dog couldn't answer right away. The kitten's eyes widened. "We'll move your little house. It can shelter from the rain and also be used for playing house." What a great idea. But the house was too heavy. The little dog gathered his courage. "It's fine. I can carry it." He lifted the small house onto his back and took one step after another, while the kitten led the way in front. The forest was filled with the fragrance of flowers, and birds were singing. The kitten ran after butterflies as they went along. The little dog kept hearing the small chairs inside the house, bumping and clattering. At last they reached the riverside. The little dog was so tired that he plopped down onto the grass, but the kitten was excited, chasing butterflies, picking up little stones and watching the fish in the water. She happily pulled the little dog over to go fishing. The little dog tried to stick his tail into the water, but he was too tired and accidentally fell asleep. The kitten stomped her feet angrily. "You're so lazy." Suddenly, the little house toppled over from the chairs shifting inside. The little dog hurried to set it back up, but his leg got cut and started bleeding. He cried out in pain, yet still lifted the house again and step by step carried it back toward home. The kitten followed behind, feeling heartbroken. She tried to persuade him, "Don't carry it anymore. Let's just leave it here." The little dog shook his head. "No, this is my little house. I must take it home." All along the way, the little dog trembled from exhaustion, but he never gave up. Finally, he carried the little house back into the yard. The mistress saw him, felt sorry for him, and bandaged his wound. She even rewarded him with a fragrant, juicy bone. The kitten squatted beside him and said seriously, "Little dog, you're so brave. I want to be like you from now on." The little dog smiled. "As long as you're not afraid, you're already great." From then on, the little dog and the kitten became the best of friends. They often went together to the riverside to play. The little dog was never afraid of the house being heavy anymore, because he realized, as long as you're with good friends, even the heaviest house can be carried home, and even the hardest things can be done. Children, this story tells us that true bravery is not about never feeling tired, but about never giving up even when facing difficulties. Friends should encourage and help one another. This way, no matter how big the challenge, it can always be overcome together.